Welcome to Endurance Sweat. Tonight we're riding the Herd's Wacky Wednesday. It's a social or recreational ride. We're riding, I think, something like 1.3 to 1.7 watts per kilogram. And the ride's an hour long. So I hope you're joining along with me while I partake in this ride. Hey, and if you like these live stream rides, why, click on the subscribe button and the notification bell so you can watch when I ride again on YouTube. I don't think we have too much longer to go yet. Another couple of minutes before the ride gets underway. Looks like we have a big group out tonight. Already 285, 289 signed up here. So there'll be pretty good drafts. That's always appreciated. Hey, my last live stream I did, I didn't have my mic plugged in for the first 15 minutes. And somebody got back to me and said, "Hey, Ken, we can't hear you." So I finally plugged it in and people could hear my voice. Kind of embarrassing. Also embarrassing when you don't turn on your fan, which I've got to do right now. It's not too far away, so. Oh, that's better. Yeah, riding indoors, we do need our fans. Okay, get cut back in. There we go. Oh, that's a lot better. A whole heck of a lot better. Well, I'll have to see who's leading the ride tonight. And who's with us. Let me see if, I don't know if I can find that out from the dashboard. I don't think I can. Oh, geez, it was just up there on the screen and it was just a little bit, the text was just a little bit too small for me to make out. We'll find out soon enough. Yeah, tonight, if you stick with me, a little bit of chatting about balancing hard rides and easy or recreational rides. We'll chat about that a little bit. So, if you're interested, why, just hang in there, and during the course of the ride, we'll chat about that for a bit. And we're off. Yeah, I signed up for this ride on the Companion a little bit earlier today. And log on to Zwift and then get prompted to join the ride. Makes it pretty easy. Looks like we're in New York tonight. Wasn't really paying attention. New York's not the easiest route on Zwift to ride. There's always some stiff hills in Central Park, and sometimes it's a bit of a challenge to stay with the ride leader. as you go up the hill. Sometimes you get ahead or get behind, and then going down the hill, same thing. It just makes it a bit easier to match your speed with the yellow beacon. Okay, after a bit of a push to get to the yellow beacon, why? Now we're in this draft zone, so to speak, and it looks like it's D. Taylor who's leading us tonight. Good ride, leader. He says, D. Taylor heard, I think that says cheap pigeon. Yeah, well, being in Central Park, that's probably an apt description. Well, while we're early in the ride, maybe it's a good time to give some ride-ons. So, there's Elzu, give a ride-on. Matuyas, give a ride-on. Dennis, give Dennis a ride-on. Go back to me here. Lewis a ride on. Yuluka, it's got a monkey avatar there. One ride on. There is Amy. Give Amy a ride on. Okay, we'll go back with ride-ons there. Okay, and we find ourselves already 28 meters ahead of the ride leader, so we can do some soft pedaling. But like I say, in the Watopia, in the Zwift, New York Central Park courses, staying with the red beacon is a challenge, just because the grades keep changing all the time. But that's our challenge, is to stay with the beacon. Let's see where. Oh, there's the beacon behind me. Now, in this view, I can get a pretty good view of the beacon. So I was mentioning earlier that this evening I might chat about balancing hard rides and recreational rides. So, if your objective is to stay reasonably healthy, get some modest exercise, maybe to help with your weight control, just to keep up your cardiovascular system, why doing regular social or recreational rides consistently, and consistency is the big factor here, why it'll probably do the trick for you. And if you can do them and maintain some social contact, why Now that helps physically, but also helps you mentally. Now, if your objective is to improve your performance, why, you need to have some more structure to your riding or training in general. And the best way to do that is with some structured rides where you get your heart rate pumping above 80% of your maximum or 90% of your maximum for a limited number of your workouts during the week. Just gotta keep notice of the ride beacon there behind. Notice now the yellow beacon is represented by a shaft of light, so that probably means I'm too far ahead. So I'll just have to take it easy. Yeah, so if you're thinking of you want to improve your cycling or your running or whatever, why, then we got to start introducing some harder workouts. And if that's new to you, why, start introducing one hard workout a week. That's pretty limited. But even that one hard workout a week will make a difference. So in that workout, you'll need to get your heart rate up for certain periods of time in your workout. Say the workout is 45 minutes to an hour. You'll need to get your heart rate up above 80% for, let's say, you know, 25 to 30% of that workout. And there are structured interval workouts here on Zwift. And another good, very good application for structured workouts is Trainer Road. And why, if you're serious, both Zwift and particularly Trainer Road not only have good individual workouts, but also they also have training programs that you can follow. Yeah, but start with one workout session where you get your heart rate up above 80% of the time, above 80% for some of the time of your workout once a week. And then as you progress, you can perhaps add a second one of those workouts to your week. But you need to also keep doing the recreational rides or runs to keep up your volume and your consistency. Because above all else, consistency is the key. Yeah, I can't emphasize that enough. Consistency is the key. So now you're working out, say 5 days a week, 6 days a week, And got a couple of those sessions where you're spending some of your time above 80% of your maximum heart rate. Why then you might want to pick one of those workouts and bump it up so you're getting your heart rate above 90% for a limited time in that workout. And space the hard workouts, you don't want to do them on 2 consecutive days. And you don't even want to do them on a day where perhaps you've put in your longest ride of the week, the longest run of the week. So you want to follow a program where they say, you know, hard day should be followed by an easy day. And put in even a couple easy days and then put in another hard day. Because your improvement doesn't actually come during the hard workout, but it comes in the period of rest and recovery and relaxation, and in particular during sleep after that workout. And then why, for folks who are wanting to really up the performance, well, perhaps they can add another hard session in their week. But I would say, you know, one truly tough interval session or workout session where you're getting your heart rate above 90% at max, and then a couple of sessions, maybe they're longer duration, with longer duration intervals, we are getting your heart rate about 80%. But the most important thing is to be consistent with your training. You know, get out 4 or 5, even 6 days a week regularly. But also make sure you take 1 or 2 days off to rest and relax. And relax not only your body so it recover physically and get the improvement that you've worked so hard for in those hard sessions during that rest and recovery time, but also recover mentally. Okay, enough of that gabbing about training. While we're riding here, why don't we take some time to do some ever popular groaner jokes. I don't know why I include these, but kind of not really my style to do these types of jokes, but I just figured should throw them in to add some levity and break up the ride. So here we go. So what do bees do if they need a ride? Yeah, what do bees do if they need a ride? Well, of course, they wait at a buzz stop. Yeah, they wait at a buzz stop, sure. Yeah, these are groaners. They aren't very good. And I guess they call them dad's jokes because it's something that I guess a father would tell to their young children. But hey, just a little bit of levity as we're riding along. Do you remember that joke I told you about my spine? It was about a week back. Ugh. Week back, yeah, 7 days ago. Okay. I don't know, I don't know why I'm explaining these. Now we're at 5%. And we're 21 meters, it says, in front of the yellow beacon. Or just put a little more distance between us and the yellow beacon. So, well, I was soft pedaling here. There's another joke, I guess if you can call it a joke. Why do fish live in salt water? Because pepper makes them sneeze. Yeah. Yeah, it would be something if our oceans were filled with pepper instead of in a salt solution. Yeah, pepper doesn't dissolve in water, so that wouldn't quite work. Guess you could make a hot pepper solution. Now that would be quite different. Here's another one of these so-called jokes. What do you call birds who stick together? Velcros. That one's pretty cute. Yeah. Velcros. Okay, enough with the dad jokes. Well, got a few more that I'll go over in the second half of the ride. I don't know if I can stand any of them right now myself. Any more of them right now myself. Now we're up to 8% here. Now just put in a smaller gear and pedal along. Hey, I was watching a GCN video just before the ride, and it was the GCN Tech Show. And one of the questions came up about crank length. And the host was talking about the benefits of shorter and longer cranks. I think rule of thumb used to be, the standard crank length was for the average male height. I guess you got to be careful about that because average male height is, can be so different. But standard crank length conventionally was 172.5 millimeters. And if you were on the taller side, say 180 centimeters or taller, you might go for the longer crank arm, 175 millimeters. And if you're a little bit on the shorter side, say 172 or 170 centimeters less than, you might go for shorter crank length, 170 millimeters, and that was conventional. I think you also saw that, for people who are specializing or who had a bike specifically for the time trial, why they'd go for the longer crank arms, 175 millimeters. But that convention seemed to change since a lot of triathletes are going for shorter crank arm length, 170 millimeters or less. I guess for folks who are doing triathlon or even time trials, I think the biggest benefit that I can think of is if you have a height where you have a choice, is that with the shorter crank length, your thigh doesn't come up as high, so you can get down lower more comfortably without your thigh coming up into your chest. So that is definitely one benefit. If you're shorter stature, why you'd want to have the shorter crank arm just for your natural leg extension. If it's too long, why you have to open up your hip too much and you lose power. Another claimed benefit for the shorter crank arm is that you can do tighter turns. Spoilers have been people who ride criteriums around tight corners. And that's, taking the tight corners a little premium, where having a shorter crank arm could probably make a difference. Definitely have seen people, their crank arm on the pavement and probably go down because of that. Now, that's pretty rare for most of us. Most of us will never lean a bike that tight, that go down in a curve. Most of my, I'm around 180 centimeters tall. Most of the bikes I've had in the last 10 or 15 years have had crank arms 175 millimeters long. I do have a cyclocross bike that's 172 millimeters, and I just recently picked up a new road bike, giant TCR, and it's got 175, 170. My cyclocross bike has 172.5, and this new giant TCR I picked up also has 172.5. Frankly, I have a hard time telling the difference. So I'd say, go with the crank arm length that suits your height, and if you do need to get down low and narrow, or if you are doing events where you're making very tight turns where you have to lean the bike over a lot, why then sure consider the shorter crank arm length. Well, One thing nice about riding on Zwift is you don't have to be too concerned about the weather outside. It's getting on to 7 p.m. here in the Eastern time zone of North America, and it's dark outside. And here I am riding inside. Don't have to worry about the lights. But we've had run spectacularly warm and sunny weather the last 4 or 5 days, but it's cooling off tonight and temps are going to get down, so riding on Zwift, won't have to worry about getting dressed up warm. And it's nice and bright and sunny here on Zwift right now, but even when nighttime falls in the animated world, why we don't need lights on our bikes. Now with the seasons changing now in the Northern Hemisphere, a lot of us will be spending a lot more time on the trainer. Yeah, looks like it's a nice day. Very nice day for riding on Zwift in New York City Central Park. It's always nice when the sun's out. Picks up the spirits. Yeah, so talking about hard and easy days of training. So, what am I doing right now? Well, before I talk about what I'm doing now, I'll talk to you about what I have been doing for the last several years, pre-COVID. I was doing a lot of workouts with Trainer Road on structured plans, and I found they made a big difference for me. But typically, I'll be doing 3 to 4 workouts on Trainer Road. Typically, a couple of, depending on what program I was following, but some sweet spots, workouts, intervals, and then a couple of 1 or 2 easier rides, and then at least 1 session a week in one of those training programs where my heart got pumping pretty good. Yeah, and I followed that program for a long time. So yeah, usually there were 3 sessions during the weeks, Mondays and Thursdays. Wednesday's a easier ride, and then on the weekend either 1 or 2 sessions, one of which would be distinctly longer. And I was supplementing that with my outdoor club rides, which I treated as, sometimes I do a hard ride, but most of those rides I treat more as recreational and social rides. Wouldn't ride with the hardest group, though probably could ride with them. But I pick groups that were, well within my capability. Well, just for one reason, because that's where my friends were riding, and I want to ride with friends, of course. And secondly, why I did those hard rides, then I will compromise my harder interval sessions that I was doing on Trainer Road. So what am I doing now? Well, let's take this week as an example. On Monday, I did a Zwift Academy run workout with some tough intervals. And those got my heart pumping, above 90%. In fact, I was running a bit harder than I have been in a while, because I've just really started doing running again since the summer. And it's been a slow build when I put some really hard efforts in. So that was about an hour's workout. Next morning, I'm finding that my muscles are a bit sore. So I knew it was not only a good workout for the heart, but a good workout for the legs. Monday evening, I did a herd social ride, Mellow Monday. It's a nice easy ride. Nice way to flush the legs. Just get someone, helps with the aerobic base. And there are people on the ride that I enjoy encountering again. And then on Tuesday, well, I didn't follow my plan of a hard and easy day. Did another hard day, but this was on the bike. I rode the herd gallops. It's posted at between 2.3 and 2.7 watts per kilogram. But I guess I was out in front of the fence and I rode pretty hard. I think I averaged just a bit under 3 watts per kilogram for the ride. And I had my heart rate up there for a good part of that hour ride. I think for the whole hour, my heart rate averaged, close to over 80%. Yeah, so that was a hard ride. This morning I did a easy half-hour run. My legs were still hurting and stiff. I've had some history of straining muscles in my calves, so I do have to be mindful of that. So, but just a half-hour easy run on the treadmill on Zwift, of course. And this evening I'm here with you doing the herd's Wacky Wednesday. I'm not too far out of the front of the ride leader here. It's 17 meters, so real close. Must be a sprint up ahead. I wasn't paying attention. I see everyone sprinting. Yeah, I'm not going to sprint. For me, this is an easy ride today. There's Yellow Beacon. Yeah, so I'm doing 2 easy workout sessions today. I'm going to take tomorrow off. So tomorrow, Thursday will be my rest day. Truth be known, I'm going over to my son to do some gardening. He has a patch on his property in his house that's overgrown. And I told him I'd work on clearing it out. So tomorrow, Thursday, is my day off. And then Friday, I'm going to do a run-walk interval session on Zwift that I've been trying to do for the last couple months. I enjoy that. That's where I started putting in some speed in my running again, because prior to that I was just doing long, slow runs, or shorter, slow run walks. Yeah, so that's about that workout is roughly, I don't know, 45 minutes run walk, for a total of about 5 kilometers. But then there's that's what they call on Zwift an after party. So after the workout, after the formal workout's done, I'm gonna typically, there's another 3-kilometer run at a modest pace, and then I'm trying to make Fridays my longer run, so I might put in another 3 to 5 kilometers again at a modest pace on the end of that. Yeah, I'm trying to accumulate about, I guess, 25 or 30 kilometers of running on the treadmill every week. And then Saturday, I'm doing a long ride on Zwift with the herd meetup. I think we're doing Volcano, and the meetup posting said we're doing 160 kilometers, so 100 miles. So that'll be a long endurance ride. We're doing the meetup as banded, so I mean, it's not going to be a super hard effort by any means, but just a long endurance ride. And I do like getting in a long endurance workout once a week. And then Sunday, not sure what I'm going to do yet. The herd has a regular 2-hour endurance ride on Sundays, so I might do that. Or if the weather's good, I might just get outside again. Yeah, so that's my week coming up. So I'm trying to get in, I guess, 3 sessions where I'm elevating my heart rate, and then at least 1 really long endurance workout. And I'm pretty happy with that. Okay, let's see where. Oh yeah, the yellow beacon's quite a ways back again. I'll have to take it easy. Might be a good time to give out some ride-ons. To Amy. Give Amy a ride-on. There's Pamela. Pamela ride-on. John. Give John a ride-on. Christine. Give her a ride-on. In the US. Mark Hopper. Geez, I know Mark Hopper. I wonder. This is on the East Coast. That might be the Mark Hopper I know. I don't know. At the right age. That's interesting. No picture, so can't tell. Yeah, so it's always nice to give a few ride-outs out. Let's see if I can find myself on here. Ted. Give Ted a ride-on. Okay, there's a few ride-ons. Good. Go back to the map. While we're easy pedaling with the yellow beacon behind us, it's time for those fabulous groaner jokes again. Oh, I know you're all excited. I can sense the anticipation for these wonderful jokes that are going to come along. Okay, why didn't the astronaut come home to his wife? It's because he needed his space. Oh yeah. Just gotta get out of the saddle here a bit. Now we do, I think most cycling now is in kilometers. I guess on Zwift you have a choice of riding in imperial or metric. I guess most of the world, other than the US, has converted to metric. But just imagine if Americans switched from pounds to kilograms overnight. There would be mass confusion. Oh. Mass confusion, kilograms, pounds. Yeah, I get it. Okay. Okay. Part of the saddle here again. Okay, last one. Did you know it's inappropriate to make a dad joke if you're not a dad? It's a faux pas. Oh, yeah. Faux pas, yeah. Okay, well, I'm a dad, so I guess I am allowed to tell you some of these cheesy jokes. I guess I'll put my list of bad jokes away for this evening. Tortured you enough already. Oh, Let's have a look around here on Zwift. I have a keyboard. This is the Zwift View 0. Call it the drone view because you can act like a drone. You can circle around yourself. That's me with the yellow headband, if you hadn't guessed. Oh yeah, we got a pretty good view of the peloton in behind us. So you can go up. You can scroll. You can go around yourself here from the elevated position, and I go back down. It's a nice view. The other one that's nice is when the keyboard is 7. You kind of a sideline view. We'll just watch for a while. This is my avatar. It doesn't really look anything like me, as you can obviously tell. Yeah, I would say some people, they pick an avatar that mimics what they look like in real life. Other folks just pick something maybe that they imagine in their mind they might want to look like, and some people just go crazy. I put a orange headband on mine avatar just because when I'm in a big bunch, sometimes it's actually hard to pick yourself out, and there's hardly any cyclists wearing headbands. I guess you pick the headbands up to them running. So that's why I use the headband. This is view number 6 on the keyboard. Here's number 5. 5, you're looking ahead, but from a low angle from the ground. So the camera right on your back wheel. Number 4 is a side view. That's nice. Here, I want to get a picture of yourself. You can also watch other people, see what they look like. There's a lone wolf. There's 2 of them there. Geez, they got almost exactly the same avatar. Isn't that interesting? I wonder if they know each other. Same sunglasses too. That was interesting. Let's go back to me here. View number 3, I've just punched view number 3 on the keyboard. So this is what I'm seeing right through my own eyes. Looking ahead. They call this first person view. So just imagine you're out on the road cycling and you're looking ahead. This is what you'd see. 2 is very much like the default view, where you're looking at yourself from just behind, but it's a bit tighter. Here, compare 1 and 2. 1 and 2. Not a whole hell of a lot of difference. There are a couple of shots from above. There's 8. This they call the helicopter view. I don't know if you could hear the fan blades whirring in the helicopter. So it's a view of yourself from above. And mine is a bit similar. Another overhead view. No helicopter sound. And then back to this keyboard view number 0 here with the drone. It's a shame this is only available if you're if you've got a keyboard. You're running through a keyboard. Because it's the one that's the most fun playing around with, frankly. There we go. There's the shots of yellow light behind us. There's a soft pedal here. See if the pack around the yellow beacon catches up to us. We're still a bit behind. Oh, it's been a good ride. Hope you've enjoyed it. And like I say, if you've been watching and you've been enjoying any of this ride, subscribe to the channel and click the notification button so you can see the next time I'm on Zwift, either for a live stream like this. Usually that endurance ride on Saturdays that I was talking about, I record some of the video and I put together a 4 or 5 minute ride of the highlights. So yeah, try to get out at least a couple of videos during the week. I do one long ride a month outdoors, 200-kilometer ride, and I put together a video for that. If you go to the channel Endurance Sweat, look for my video called Niagara Ramble. It's pretty short, only 200 kilometers condensed into less than 3 minutes of video. And again, if you enjoyed this, I appreciate if you click on the like button, and why leave me a comment, and I'll see if I can get back to you. I'm not really up to speed yet doing live comments online, but I guess as I learned more about live streaming, why I'll get to the point where I learn enough to be able to have the comments come on live on the screen too, but I'm not quite there yet. Looks like the sun is going down in New York City. We don't have the bright sunshine anymore. The shadows seem to get a bit longer. It's almost time for the ride to be over. Riding in a big bunch here, joining the draft. When I get off the bike in a couple of minutes, I'll be wiping it down, relubing my chain, and getting ready for my next ride, that long ride on Saturday in particular. I want to have the chain freshly cleaned and lubed for that. It does make a difference, for sure. Yeah, when you're going to be on the bike for 100 kilometers, those long rides, why? It does take a bit of preparation getting all your drinks ready, usually for part of that length. I'm going to have about 6 bottles, probably some with sports drink. I actually use Gatorade. A lot of people don't like Gatorade. I use Gatorade, and I'll pop in a non-tablet that, some additional electrolytes, and I'll have some Cliff Bars handy, some gels, wraps that I can grab, and most importantly, a can of Coke for the end. If you ever done a half Ironman or an Ironman, you know that can of Coke for the last few kilometers sometimes can be the charm. That's right. Gotta prep the bike, prep the food and drink. Can't get the towels. Put a towel under the bike, and at least probably a couple towels handy for the perspiration. And all these practical little matters riding on Zwift. Yeah. It's been a good ride. Been out ahead of the yellow beacon pretty much the whole time, but we joined our ride leader at least to finish off the ride. He's pumping out some watts there, so revved up the power, and now I'm scooting ahead. Yeah, so look for me for the Wacky Wednesday probably live stream next week. And I'm doing, as I said, I'm doing that long ride with the herd on Zwift on Saturday, and I will be making a short video of that ride and posting it. I'll try to get it. I might get it posted Saturday evening, but if not Sunday evening anyway. But look for it Sunday or Monday. Yeah, I have fun in these videos. It's a hoot. I enjoy sharing the fun that I get out of participating in these rides. Okay, until next time, bye from Endurance Sweat.